Hi and welcome to the March Mindful Crafts subscription box. This month I'm going to be showing you how to make a macrame flower. I've chosen to base this colour on daffodils, like for Mother's Day, but you can choose any colour combination that you wish. You will need, and what you have in your box is, you've got some of the colour for the petals. So in this case, I'm using the yellow. And then you've got the colour for the centre of the flower, which I'm just using natural for this. And again, for this video, I've got a 4mm yellow and I've got a 2mm natural. But again, you can use any size cord you wish. It just depends how big you want your flowers. Okay, so you've got your cord. You will also need a pair of scissors. I always use my Fiskars, the sharp scissors. These ones are called razor and they do give a really good, neat, clean cut. I've also got my comb. You may have had one like this, or you may have had one of the smaller ones in a previous subscription box, so we're going to be using that. And I'm working on my cork board, and I also have some pins to hold my work secure. But you can use a clipboard, or you could use tape, whatever you've got about. Okay, so to begin our flower, we're going to take one of the cords and I'm going to make the ends meet, and then I'm going to work my way back up to the other end where we'll have the loop. So that's our centre point. Now for the first cord, I'm going to put the right hand side of the first cord away because we don't need that, and then the left hand cord is just going to lie down here towards myself. Okay, so I'm just going to pin here, and that is the centre point of that first cord. Then what we're going to do is we're going to always find the centre point of the other cords, and we're going to attach them to this central cord here. Okay, and this is how we're going to do it. So make the ends meet, go back to the other end where there's the loop. Okay, that centre point, keep your thumb on it so you know where it is. You're going to put underneath that original centre cord. Okay, it's important that it goes underneath, and then we're going to attach it by doing half hitch knots. Okay, so I'm going to go over that the original centre cord again, and then I'm going to go under, and then I'm going to pull it through that loop. Okay, and I'm just going to hold that down there, and I'm holding the original centre cord just to keep it steady, because it makes it so much easier to pull the cord. Okay, and then I'm going to do exactly the same. Okay, again, so this is where it's the double half hitch knot. So over, under, pull it through the loop. You can stop this and rewind it as much as you need to be able to get used to it. And then you pull those. Okay, you don't want to pull them super tight. You just want to pull them so that they're nice and secure, and you want to try and keep them about the same size. Okay, so I'm going to show you that again, and then you've got one cord out to the right and one cord out to the left. So here we go again. Make the ends meet. You've got your loop, that's the centre point, which goes underneath there now. So we're going to go over, under and through. Okay, and then we're going to go over, under and through. Okay, then pull them, again not too tight, because you want to try and make sure that those are all a similar size. Okay, it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but you want to try and keep them the same size. Okay, right, do that now for the rest of the cords, and I'll meet you when we're done. Right, so all the cords are attached now, and I'm just going to unpin this top cord for now, because I'm going to be bringing this down here, and this is going to be the feeder cord, the holding cord for the next step. Okay, so I'm just going to pin that back at the top there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a double half hitch knot again with each of these cords on the right hand side. So I'm going to do half, double. Okay, make sure you pull them, use your fingers to wiggle them if you need to, and then just leave that cord out of the way. Move on to the next one, half hitch, double half hitch. Okay, so it's over, under and through, just like we were attaching them to begin with to the original centre cord. Over, under, through, pull them back, and there you go. Move on to the next one. Over, under, through the loop, and so on. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way down. I'll do that now. Under and through. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to use this centre cord as well to do the last one, because it's going to help make like a point for the leaf. Okay, so over, under, through, and there we go. Okay, so that's the second part done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the top right hand cord, and we're going to do exactly the same, but each time we're going to keep the cord inside the next double half hitch knot. Okay, so this is what I mean. All right, so you do half, double half hitch knot, but rather than leaving the cord out here, you want to make sure that the cord's underneath, like that, there we go. And these two now are going to go inside the next double half hitch. So over, under and through. So that's half. And again, you want to try and keep the tension the same. Over, under, through. And that's the double. And then this one is going to come to now be part of the holding cords. And what this is going to do is it's just going to create the edge of the petal. Okay, so we haven't got all these loose cords. All right, so you're going to go over, under, pull, over, under and pull. And you can pull it quite tightly. And again, you can just use your finger to wiggle. There you go, wiggle those back. There we are. Oh, my pin's come out of place. I'll pin that in again, just to try and keep it secure. So now I'm on the next one. Over, under, through, over, under, and through. Move on to the next one. Okay, so you're going to carry on until you've done all of the cords, and then on the left hand side you're going to repeat the the second row and the final row where you're collecting the cords to create the outer of the petal. Okay, so if you do that now, and I'll meet you when we're done. Okay, so I've finished my first petal. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of the cords and I'm just going to wrap it round just twice, pull it tightly, okay, just so it secures the bottom of that petal, so it looks like a petal shape. Okay, and then what you can do is you can just feed it through one of these gaps to secure it. If you've got a needle, or use your pair of scissors just to push it through so it secures it. Okay, so I've just fed that through a gap, and now it's all ready to make the flower. Okay, so now we've got all 5 petals for the daffodil. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how we're going to make the centre part. Okay, so I've got my strands there, then I'm just going to get another little piece, and again, you don't necessarily need to manage or measure this exactly, but I'm just going to cut a length, probably about 10 centimetres as well, and I'm going to tie these together like through the centre. So just do a normal knot, and then I'm going to do a double just to secure it. Okay, and then I'm going to chop one side, and then here I'm just going to begin to comb it out, brush it out. Okay, so you can see those, because it's like a single twist cord, it picks it out. Okay, I'm keeping that one side the same. Other tutorials might tell you different, but this is the best way I've found. Okay, so comb those out, and then again I'm just going to use my scissors to trim here. Okay, move that out the way, and again just brush through it. If you want to neaten them up, then obviously just neaten them up a bit more. But as we know, in nature, nothing's ever exact or precise. So there we go. So there's the centre of our daffodil. And now to put it all together, I'm going to get another cord. And it doesn't really matter which of the yellows you use, but I'm going to get a cord that's probably about 20-25 centimetres long. And now we're going to put the flower together. So we're going to get all of our petals, make sure that our petals are all together. So 1, 2, and then we've got 3. Okay, now I'm going to put the centre of my flower, what we've just done in there. You can see how that pans out. And then I'm going to do 4 petals. You have to keep holding it really tightly together. And then I'm going to do the 5th petal. Okay, so it will take you a little bit of time just to adjust to make sure you've got them all in the right position. So if you do that, make sure you've got them all tight together with the centre in the right position, and I'll show you in a minute how to tie them all together. Okay, so I've got my petals and the centre all in the position I want them to be, and I've got my 20 centimetre cord here. Now I'm just going to fold that cord back about 7 or 8 centimetres, and the important thing here is that you hold it all together. If you don't hold it all together, it's all just going to come apart. Okay, so I'm going to wrap like that. So I've made the loop. Okay, I've got this little tail left here, which is what I need, and I'm going to wrap 2 or 3 times. Okay, just to make sure, you need to make sure all those cords are in the wrap. Okay, so I'm going to go through that loop. There we go. And then the little tail that we had exposed at the top is we're going to pull those tight, and you can see what will happen. Oh, I pulled it a bit too tight then. Is if you pull it tight, then that will hold everything together. And then all you need to do is you just need to pull these cords. Okay, and these will tighten, and you'll get a more secure flower. So what I tend to do is I just tend to turn it upside down, pull 1 cord at a time, so I know I'm pulling them all tight, and put them over that side. In fact, you can pull 2 or 3 together, it doesn't matter. You can feel them pulling the cord. There you go. And then when you turn it back that way, you have got your completed flower daffodil. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to comb that out, comb it all together. Okay, so you can spend as much or as little time as you want trimming these. You can trim them a bit more now that you're all together with your daffodil or your flower, or, you know, as I say, you can do this any colours. It's just purely for Mother's Day, for the March box. I'm doing yellow daffodils. Okay, shake the bits off. Oh, bit of a long bit there. Okay, you can spend longer doing this than I am, but you just want to trim them to make sure that they're all the kind of same. All right, so there you have your macrame flower. These ones are perfect for Mother's Day with the daffodil. Again, you could use orange in the centre if you want to. I'm just going to trim those a bit more there because those are a little bit long. All the way around. Okay, brush all that out the way, comb this bit so it's all nice and fluffy for the centre of the flower. Okay, And if you wanted to, you could always do another wrap knot to hide those cords. This would actually make a really nice bouquet for, I don't know, a wedding or a bridesmaid. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. If you have, please hit like and subscribe. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.